Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Dark Souls. Alrighty. Now then, let's take a first, before we start anything, let's go and take a quick look at what we've actually got, why we got the key in the first place. We have the Dragon Crest Shield. It has 100% physical damage reduction, 85% fire reduction, 45 magic, or 45 lightning, 20 magic. It's overall considered one of the best shields in the game. It's very light. It only has a weight of 3.0. And as you can see, we're level 4 now. We put actually 3 levels into our endurance, because that'll give us more stamina and more of an ability to equip heavier objects. We still haven't had the dexterity that we need for the S-stock, though. Oh, nice, a short sword. That's actually not going to be a upgrade for our axe, but it could serve a different purpose. Luckily, the axe-wielding hollows, they're not what I would consider particularly deadly. They swing way too slow. Alrighty then. With one of the firebomb guy down, we can go over here and jump across without having to worry. Alrighty, want to get a running jump, and this is generally difficult. Want to come over here to get the Ring of Sacrifice, which we're not going to actually use right now. It is used for a later part of the game. What it does, though, is that if we were to die, we won't drop any souls or anything like that. It's like it never happened, but we'd go back to the bonfire. I really should start using these Souls of the Undead. It would help us gain levels. Plague rats, these are never fun. And the S-stock would come in so handy right now. They do poison you every time they hit you, and that poison adds up really quickly. We already have our first shortcut of the game, but again, that's not going to open up until much later. The problem with the slower weapons is that it's kind of harder to judge if they're going to swing down or not. Notice that I've been doing a lot of riposts and backstabs. Generally speaking, if you hit them on a backstab or a riposte, they would give you 20% more souls. And it eventually does add up. Alrighty. Now then, we gotta go down here because there's a couple items that we're needing to get. Some of them more important than others, but you know, like more Souls of the Undead. I'll eat those off camera because it does take a while to eat them. The hollows are almost never really an issue, unless they're in a massive group. pretty predictable, and really, they're, again, not much of a threat unless in massive groups. Oh. Or I do something dumb like that. There we go. Little vindication right there. That rubbish will actually come even very much handy once we go back to the Undead Asylum. We could drop it up for snugly. Alrighty, and we got another humanity. The more the merrier is always... Oh. Hey there, buddy. I don't really know where that guy comes from, but sometimes he's there and sometimes he's not. I'm actually surprised. Generally speaking, there's a lot of people that want to go and invade, especially at this point, to screw over the lower levels. Alright, since we have an archer up there, we want to go and draw these guys back to us. Yeah, as you notice, that guy gave 72 souls, and if we just kill him straight out, only 60. So yeah, about 20% more. Okay, that was a little too close for my taste. Let's go kill him, because he won't stop shooting at us unless he's dead. And yeah, there's that bonfire. Oh, I think I jumped on his head. That's where the 3 damage came from, but not 100% sure. Oh, wood shield's a pretty nice shield. I think that's mostly for lightning resistance because it does not have a 100% block on physical damage. Alright. These guys are kind of obnoxious because they're constantly guarding, and of course they have spears. Of course, you know, when I say constantly guarding, they're... Oh, waistcloth, it's not that great. But yeah, of course when I say, oh yeah, they constantly guard, they now become extremely aggressive. It never fails. That guy, he's there just as... I'm not even sure. He has to knock down those, like that
Well,
bookshelf,
now,
but...
You seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Alright, the first real merchant of the game, what we want to go and get from him is, the orange soapstone's not that great. I mean, you could talk to people for sure, which, you know, that's nice. We could either get the bottomless box or the residence key, and actually we want to get the key. As much as the bottomless box is extremely useful, and it is, we really need that key.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below, and up above there's that humongous drake, and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
Alright, so we
Thank
get a
you
hint
kindly.
at a couple of bosses that we're gonna face earlier on. We could kill him. He drops a really nice katana, but we're not gonna do that. We're not doing a dex build. Katanas are generally for high dexterity users. Perfect! Oh, we got... Oh, and a backstab too. I'm really glad that that happened. That goes to show you that once you're riposting or backstabbing, you are completely immune to damage. Of course, that means as soon as you're done, you're not. So, say if the person that's doing that multiple wild swings does it on the exact frame that you're done with that invincibility animation, yeah, then that's not fun. Alrighty, let's line it up and jump. There we go. There we go. Good times. Up here, you don't really need to come over here, but the crossbow with a couple of bolts, that means that we're going to be able to have a bit of a way to pull enemies without just body checking, because sometimes body checking doesn't work 110%. Alrighty. Last mo going, we did take a little damage, so we should really go level up, put in a little bit of dex. So now we're level 5. Two more, and then we'll be able to use our S-Stock. And of course, with resting at the bonfire, all the other baddies respawn. Oh, of course he gives us a crossbow. It's not like it's really uncommon to get a crossbow from him, but just find it a bit ironic. Oh, there he is. He generally kicks down the door way before we ever get to kill those two. We could close the door, but that's just going to impede our own progress. And then, again, that's what happens when you try to be a little fancy. This guy, I'm pretty sure, serves absolutely no purpose. There's no reason for this outside of to see another shortcut that we can take. Alright, the black fire bombs. That was actually one of the gifts that we could have been given earlier in the game, and these things do tremendous damage. It's pretty awesome. A lot of people like to just pull these guys, but I like to throw caution in the wind and get a firebomb to the back of my head. Next time we won't do that in such a slobastic manner. Oh hey, we also got a liquid humanity. The more humanities we get, the more our defense actually ramps up. So that's gonna be really nice. Oh shit. They almost never come this far out. I'm perfectly fine with them falling off there for at least for now. We're gonna have to kill him though, because he will eventually come back, and he's not gonna be happy about the fact that we knocked him off. There we go. Right, there's one of two things we can do. Go down to the left or open up this door. You don't need the residence key to open this door if you have the master key, but there's a key, door later on in the in this general area that you would. Alright, while we're waiting for that bad boy to come up, I want to go and drop these specific items and make sure we have our gold pine resin equipped. Yeah, generally they like to just circle straight through the whole time and then attack, so that's why they could be a bit obnoxious. Most of the time body pulling does work. Most of the time. Surprisingly enough, we haven't been invaded, but that's not for lack of trying. There we go. Another little trap that they don't expect us to know about. Let's make sure that he pays for his hubris, really. Alrighty. Now then, we want to get to full health because we're gonna fight somebody that is generally considered above our level. Alright, that didn't quite work out the way I planned it, but that's okay. We're gonna bring him up to an area that we're gonna be able to better fight him in. This is a Black Knight. It's one of Lord Gwyn's personal guards. I do believe that's what they call him. He's a sword Black Knight, so he could either drop his sword or his shield. Both are extremely good. The best way to kill them would be the circle strafe method. Sometimes when they get up from being knocked down, you can get another backstab in, and then sometimes they do that. You can riposte them. It is entirely possible, but sometimes they like to do a fake out, which makes it not as not such a good idea, really. There we go. See what I mean? They do, the bounding boxes on backstabs is a bit weird. There we go. Got a nice riposte off. Generally when they're charging at you, they can either choose to use their shield, which, if they hit you with the shield, that does a right big amount of damage to your stamina. Oh, we are so lucky. We got the Black Knight sword. I'd rather prefer the shield, but beggars can't be choosers on this one. With the Black Knight dead, though, however, he will not respawn. There are areas in the game where they do, but generally in the overworld they do not. Alrighty. And we also, one of the reasons why we wanted to, is to get the blue Tearstone ring. That's going to be helping us with our defense if and when we need it. And let's give a quick look at the Black Knight sword. Yeah, it requires a lot of dex and a lot of strength, but oh my god, is it worth it. The Black Knight stuff is pretty much, I would say, the pinnacle of weapons. Through here is Havel. We could fight him, but it will take a long time. And at this point, he could one-shot kill us if we're not careful. And again, that's not really a problem, but it could take maybe 15 minutes to fight him with just backstabs. He takes almost no damage. There we go. Got 2 twinkling Titanites. That should do us pretty good. That should do us pretty damn good. Alrighty. Oh well, this definitely looks promising, doesn't it? One of another beginner's traps is while we're fighting the boss, we could be attacked from the rooftop here. And that's not fair at all. Now, if you're thinking what you should be thinking is, yes, we can actually do a plunging attack. And the reason why we should have gotten the resonance key in the first place is because of the gold pine resin. That lightning damage seems to be the weakness of the Taurus boss. So let's go and apply it. And then we make a break for it over here. This is going to take off a hefty chunk of his health. As a pyromancer, we could just use our magics. I mean, there's nothing to say that we shouldn't or we couldn't. This is probably one of the worst things to do. And as he runs for you, just run right at him. He will jump and miss you completely. Now then, let's quickly make a trek back up. He can hit us off the ladder, and that will do a lot of damage. But luckily for us, he was too far out. Oh, and we just took benefit of the lightning damage applied. Right, again, just run past him because he does jump way over your head. This is generally the common man's way of attacking, because again, not everybody has magic to abuse. Last attack, and we will be good to go. It's a pretty simple pattern because almost every boss, every enemy likes to do a running charge at you in some form or another. Hey, buddy. And we have just achieved victory. Alright, we got our humanity and homeward bone. That's also another thing that I think the patch added in, is that most bosses outside of the Asylum boss will give you a homeward bone as well. We've just went and completed one of the most, I would say probably one of the harder bosses to start off against. If you don't know the pattern, it has large sweeping strikes, so things like that on a small bridge will mess people up, generally. And we have the best character in the game.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
For you, sir, we have all the time in the
way I
world.
see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Oh, of course.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
Ah. Well, I could explain it to you, but I'd rather he explain
We
it.
are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So this basically acts as the blue soapstone from Demon Soul. Well, if we know anything from Demon Souls, don't ever trust just seemingly benign bridges. And that is why now we gotta book it as fast as we can, because we only have until about now for the Drake to breathe fire again, and it hurts bad. And look at here, we got our friend the bonfire. This makes it for a very good time to stop the video. Thank you, every one of you, for joining in. We will see you on the next episode of Dark Souls.